Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCullough. It is 10:30 UK time. Half an hour left on the deadline day, and Manchester United have made a signing, ladies and gentlemen. Reports coming through from the likes of the BBC, Simon Stone, Fabrizio Romano has done his standard. Here we go, and they are reporting that Manchester United have got their man. Odion Ighalo is going to be a Manchester United player. He's heading into Manchester. He's flying in. It's a long flight from China, and he's on his way to Manchester to seal that move and join up with the team on a 6-month loan with an option to buy for Manchester United. Reports of a fee between £2 to £4 million for Odion Ighalo at Manchester United. That's a loan fee, obviously, with a 6-month loan with a view to buy at the end of that. Now, I think that view to buy is something which has just been put in there. I don't think United will exercise that unless he absolutely tears it up. It is clear this move is a short-term deal. Now, there's two ways of looking at this deal. There's a way which you look at it from the pure player perspective and you think, actually, it's not a bad deal for a backup, for someone who's mainly going to be on the bench. Is providing us a different kind of option in that forward position, especially with Marcus Rashford out. That's one way of looking at it. But another way of looking at it is Manchester United are making this signing because of an inept board that didn't replace Alexis Sanchez, that didn't replace Romelu Lukaku, who left in the summer, and still with 2 transfer windows they didn't replace him, and it was left until deadline day to get a player from the Chinese Super League that has had his best years already. You know, most would say, yes, he's at 30, you'd think these are his peak years, but you wouldn't think his best years are ahead of him, and is now coming to Manchester United. Now, for the player, it's a dream move for him. For Manchester United, it's not a bad touch signing the player in terms of it's minimal risk. 100k a week of his wages we're believed to be paying. So over 6 months, that's about £2.5 million. In addition to the £2 to £4 million fee for the player, you're looking at around £4 million, £5 million for the signing. A little bit either way. So it's not that much of a risk financially. But bringing the player in kind of shows you where the board have put us by not replacing the big players that left. But let's look at the player and what the player will offer. He comes and he's unlike any other player that we've got in those forward positions. He's more physical. He's got a bigger physical presence. Yes, he's got a decent touch, and he's had a decent eye for a goal. He had obviously 2 very good seasons at Watford, although one of them was in the Championship. He had another great one in the Premier League alongside Troy Deeney. They formed a formidable partnership. He got 15 goals in 37 league games in the 15-16 campaign. After that, he forced a move out. He went to China, first played for Changchun Yatai, where he scored 36 goals in 55 games for them. Then he went out to Shanghai Shenhua, and he started with 10 goals in 19 appearances. So his goal scoring record in China has pretty much been better than 1 in 2. 74 games, 46 goals. Not a bad rate, but it's in China, in the Chinese Super League. And that's the thing. Stephen Howson tweeted earlier, and I think it's a great way to describe this. This is either going to be something amazing and a stroke of genius, or this is going to be one of the most ridiculous moves we've ever made. Now, we've made short-term moves, short-term deals in the past. We've made short-term deals in the past. We've signed the likes of Andy Gorham on an emergency loan from Scotland when he was towards the end of his career. Remember him coming in? Some of you younger lot might not remember him. We signed, obviously, Henrik Larsson on loan as well, although he was more of a high-profile player. He was towards the back end of his career, and he only came in for a month or two. The difference was then that we had, obviously, we had an attack that had, you know, the likes of Ronaldo and Rooney and co in there. Louis Saha, if I remember correctly. So we had players around. Ighalo's coming in, and he's one of 3 forwards at the moment. Martial, Greenwood, and him. So we're probably going to be relying on him a little bit in the next couple of months. And that shows you where we've fallen. But let's look at the player. This is a dream move for him. All the Nigerian Reds will be loving it. I'll be able to wear this to Old Trafford at last. I love this shirt, by the way. I'm not Nigerian. I just absolutely love this shirt. And now I'll be able to wear it to Old Trafford, which is great. But when you're looking at him, he's a player that's dreamed of playing for Manchester United. You've already seen the pictures of him in a Manchester United shirt and all that. And he's a player that's coming in. He's going to have had that dream. He's going to want to fulfill that dream and hopefully hit the ground running and do well. So there's that. There's going to be a willingness to do well by this player, which is something that obviously you want to see from players that are joining Manchester United. But the fact that he's been out in China is something that worries me, because obviously it's not competitive. It's not competitive at all. The good thing is he's had experience of the Premier League, so he's full aware of the Premier League. So that's good. He's a physical presence, different option. That's good. And it might take a little bit of pressure off. Martial, or put a little bit of pressure on him for his spot. If Ighalo comes in a game and scores, Martial's thinking, oh shit, my spot's under grab. So in his next game, he's got to perform. It focuses your mind, it sharpens your focus on the performance in hand. So hopefully we get to see that now that Odion Ighalo will be coming in to Manchester United. Now, at the moment, the club haven't confirmed it. Simon Stone is saying the official announcement will be coming later. Player will fly to Manchester in the coming days. After tomorrow, Manchester United do not play again until February the 17th. So we're looking at it and we're thinking, United don't play to the February the 17th. Our next game is tomorrow. So you're looking at that. We're probably not going to announce it just yet. So we might have to wait until after this 11 p.m. Deadline for an official announcement. But we're getting it from all the reliable sources. The likes of Simon Stone, the likes of Fabrizio Romano isn't going to give us his here we go if the move isn't confirmed. So I would take this one as official, as Ighalo signing for Manchester United, because these guys don't go balls deep and give it the old official. The whole United's going to be making an announcement and the whole here we go if it's not true. Now, a lot of you I can see are talking about coronavirus and all that stuff. Now, Chinese Super League, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but there was talks that the Chinese Super League was going to be postponed for a while because of the coronavirus. Now, because of that, players from there are looking to leave. It's beneficial for the players that they can leave and play football. It's beneficial for the clubs like Shanghai Shenhua. They're not going to be paying 300 grand a week to Ighalo now. They're going to be paying 200 grand a week because United are reported to be picking up 100 grand a week of his wages. So it's beneficial to them because they get rid of some of the money on their wage bill. Beneficial to the players as well. The clubs get a fee. United will be paying £2 to £4 million. So United get a player in a position that we need to fill. We need to have a little bit of depth. I kind of feel like United would have signed anyone that was available. You look at the ones that have popped up. Joshua King, he would have wanted to have played for the club, having been here in the past. Odion Ighalo, his Manchester United fan. He's spoken about idolising York and Cole in the past. We've seen pictures of him in a United shirt. So we're still getting players that probably feel that they want to play for the shirt and they want to play for Manchester United. So, you know, that's something that will tick those boxes for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And now he's coming to United. He's going to have it all to prove. Look, we know that he's not what he was in his pomp in the Premier League. But at 30 years old, he's probably still got a little bit to give. Last couple of years, 3 to 4 years, he's been playing in the Chinese Super League. Probably not going to have exerted as much energy. I believe he's retired from international football as well. So having retired from international football. He's not going to, yes, he has announced his retirement from the international scene. So he's not going to be playing international football. So you're looking at a player that ticks all those boxes. But again, I see the frustration of people. But what we've got to look at, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in a position now where, yes, we are in a position where we've had poor recruitment. This is how Ollie's looking at it. But I can't not sign a player for the short term because of that poor recruitment, because it looks bad. Ultimately, if Ighalo scores 5 to 10 goals this season, takes the pressure off Martial a little bit, and Mason Greenwood, and he helps us get top 4 or win a trophy, then it will be a move that's paid off, even if it is in the short term. So I don't think we'll exercise that option to buy at all unless he absolutely tears it up, and that's why I think it's a win-win situation. He either comes in, tears it up, we sign him, we keep him, or he fails and we let him go at the end of the deal. It's as simple as that. It's a no-risk situation. So I'm not too bothered about Ighalo coming in. But like Jamie Pinder says in the comment, poor recruitment, it does point at that. And ultimately you have to ask, why are we here? Why are we here? Why, when you've spent big wages on someone like Alexis Sanchez in the last 24 months, big money on Romelu Lukaku, why are we now in a position where we need to loan a player from a Chinese Super League team? That points to the poor recruitment. But you can't point all of those fingers at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He would have wanted to replace Lukaku and Sanchez in the summer transfer window. We didn't. Just like Jose would have wanted to sign a centre half last summer. We didn't. So when you're looking at those things, just because the club's poor recruitment, we still can't blame a manager for making one of these deals happen when we need something in the short term. And that's why I don't really mind this one happening. Is anyone excited to see this happening? Me personally, I think it's win-win. He either performs well, we get a good player to fill that role, and happy days, or he doesn't, and we've not exerted much, we've not committed to much, and he'll be gone in 6 months. So I don't think it's that bad at all of a deal. But like you guys say, it's a bit of a joke that we're in this position to start with. We shouldn't be in this position, but we are. So there you go. More from Fabrizio Romano, which is saying Manchester United did not have time to enter an official buy option for Odion Ighalo, but unofficially agreed to that. There was risk of time running out when writing his contract. United and Shanghai will keep in contact and will speak about the buy option next week. So there's no official confirmation of the buy option. It's a little bit complicated, as reported by Fabrizio Romano, and I'm sure the club have pulled a little one there in terms of we don't have to commit to that buy option. It's not in the contract. I doubt it's in the contract. Odion Ighalo is a red. He's on his way to Manchester. We've had the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. We've had Simon Stone from the BBC confirm it and say we're just awaiting that club announcement. When that club announcement will come, who knows? The window closes in 15 minutes, but the club announcement doesn't have to come in the next 15 minutes, although we're here for the next 15 minutes. That could come in tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. It could come in whenever. So we just have to wait for that confirmation from the club. Like was correctly pointed out earlier, we have 17 days until the next game after the game tomorrow. So the club don't need to confirm anything anytime soon. But United have sealed that deal for Odion Ighalo. The 30-year-old Nigerian is coming in. Sam Pilger just tweeting, MUFC are very pleased to get in Ighalo. Other Premier League clubs wanted him in today. While not part of the original plan, he helps address the short-term injury crisis and gives the club a greater goal for it. Disco Mirror continues, Man United viewed Ighalo as a sensible short-term fix with Rashford out, and given difficulty of signing long-term targets in January, Spurs made late bid for Ighalo, but the player only wanted to join United. And Fabrizio Romano also reported that Spurs' interest earlier on today Odion Ighalo rejected a move to Spurs, so it wasn't just Manchester United that were in for Odion Ighalo. Spurs were in too, so United beat them to the punch. Like Mandatory says, Fabrizio Romano has given it the here we go. So it's done. It's official. Sky Sports have said it's done. BBC have said it's done. We're just waiting the official club announcement. Will they give us that before 11 p.m., which is in 14 minutes time, which is very, very soon? Will they give us that? Who knows? We're waiting for that confirmation from the club. I'll be with you until the end of the window, until the deadline at 11 p.m. I was expecting a very quiet day today here on MUFC deadline day, here on Full Time Devils, here through to the window closes. But we're having a little bit of a busy one as Manchester United have confirmed a deal for Odion Ighalo coming through in the deadline. Sorry, I'm just sharing something to the Full Time Devils Facebook page so people can join us here. United agreeing a deal for Odion Ighalo. Get your comments in. I'll try to read as many of those out as possible. Get your super chats in as well. I'll try and read as many of them out as possible. Get your thoughts in and let us know how you're feeling about this transfer deal. What are your thoughts about this one? The Nigerian international flying in to Manchester to complete a move to United and of course join the club before the deadline day. With all this news coming through, the way it works is United have to send some paperwork through to the Premier League to let them know the deal's been done, it's been agreed, terms have been agreed, etc. So the clubs can then just tie up, dot the T's and cross the I's while the deal is being ratified by the Premier League. And United had probably sent that paperwork through, and that's why all of those people that I mentioned, Simon Stone, Fabrizio Romano, they've all probably got wind of that deal and that deal sheet going through. And because of that, they can so confidently come out and say that it is a done deal. So that's probably why these guys are going balls deep on it without an official announcement from the club. So that's why I would suggest that one is being reported as official and done by everyone. And we're so confident to Photoshop Odion Ighalo onto a United shirt. So we're going to get the window closing in 12 minutes. What do you guys make of this window? I expected 0 signings coming in. I expected 0 signings, but it looks like we could possibly get 2. I say possibly, it looks like we have 2. Bruno Fernandes coming in a £46.5 million deal, and Odion Ighalo on a loan deal. Someone else mentioned in the comments, thank God we didn't get Josh King. Now Josh King was linked with Manchester United. I did a video on that a little bit earlier on today, and with just Josh King linked to Manchester United, there was obviously the talk of that happening. Now United tried to make a deal happen, a loan deal. That didn't happen. Bournemouth weren't interested. United then went in for a price. They were told 40 to 50 million. United said no. So that's probably then when we've diverted our attention to Odion Ighalo. Now, what pisses me off is we've known Marcus Rashford has been injured for a while. So why have we waited until deadline day to get this done? Why? Doesn't make any sense at all. So I just don't get it. But nevertheless, let's not take the shine away from Odion Ighalo joining Man United. It might be a little bit underwhelming, but actually I think we can be satisfied that a deal has been done. Even if it fails, we haven't, put much into it. So there's not much to complain about on that front. Can you hit that like button? We've got almost 2,000 people watching and only just under 200 likes. I want at least 1,000 likes. Can we get 1,000 likes for Odion Ighalo? Come on, guys. I'm wearing my Nigeria shirt and everything. Surely, look, you got fucking Jim White with the stupid yellow tie. And I'm out here with this beautiful shirt on. And I've only got 200. Come on, guys. Get hitting that like button right now on Full Time Devils. Get your comments and your super chats in right about now as Odion Ighalo joins Manchester United on loan from Shanghai Shenhua until the end of the season. There's an contractually unwritten potential buyout clause as well at the end of that for Manchester United, a potential option to buy, but United haven't put that in the contract because we didn't have the time to do that. As a result, it's a gentleman's agreement, which I'm sure we won't be honouring at the end of the deal, as Ali probably looks for someone a little bit more long term. But can you imagine if Odion Ighalo absolutely teared it up? Can you imagine if he refound his form of his days at Watford? Can you imagine it? And he proved to be a handful up front for Manchester United. He proved to be a decent striker. Now, we've got a fella called Chamo and Gensley, I think he said, saying, I'm Nigerian and I don't even support this one, which has absolutely killed me here. What are we thinking about Odion Ighalo's transfer to Manchester United? Niger Power says Kevin. Keith says welcome Ighalo. Is he really coming to United, says D James KH. Now the deadline closes at 8 minutes time, so we've got 8 minutes left of the transfer window. Is it really happening? Fabrizio Romano's giving it the here we go. BBC have said United just need to confirm it. It looks like the deal sheet has gone through. That's why I think these guys are so adamant that this deal is happening. And as a result, I am quite confident to post this video with this thumb of him in a Manchester United shirt. Odion Ighalo is a red. We can wear Nigeria shirts to Old Trafford with a good excuse. Happy days. Get your thoughts in about Odion Ighalo joining United in a deadline day loan deal. Let us know how you're feeling about that one. Would love him to bag a few goals for United, says Mops. Ighalo is so unlikely. I actually think he can get 10 goals or more, says Shiva. Yeah, opposition teams might be like, United signed Ighalo. Forget how good he used to be and absolutely spank us. Ian says he's the Golden Boot winner. Yeah, he won the Golden Boot. Was it at the AFCON in 2019? Beating the likes of Wilfried Zaha, Nicolas Pepe, people like that. So not bad at all. Let us know your thoughts in those comments. Keep your thoughts coming in right about now. We have got a super chat from the football capital saying coronavirus incoming, he will fail the medical. Fingers crossed he doesn't have that. And what happened to the Jude Bellingham transfer? I read something in the Athletic today saying United maintain an interest in Jude Bellingham but couldn't get a deal done before the window closed. So apparently we still have that interest. Maybe we will make something happen very, very soon, but as of yet it hasn't happened. We've got another super chat from Mr. Carleen saying can't be any worse than Sanchez. Fingers crossed you're right about that one. If he gets more than 4 goals, then he's already proven better than Alexis Sanchez, and he's not on the wages that, well, he is on the wages Alexis was on. It's just that we're not paying all of them. He gets about 300 grand a week from Shanghai Shenhua, but we'll be paying a third of that, around £100,000 a week. The window closes in 6 minutes time. The new Henrik Larsson says Anton Fargelli. Get sharing this video for us, guys. Get liking it. Get commenting. Get your super chats in. Get your thoughts in. Andy thinks I'm clueless. Mate, I don't care what you think about me. Just get your thoughts in. And what have I said that you disagree with? Let us have a little chat. That's all we're here to do. We're all here for a good time. We're all here to hope Manchester United win. Even though we're run by a bunch of muppets and we're left on deadline day signing a player on loan from Shanghai Shenhua. Even though that is the case, chat to me. What did I get wrong? Let me know in the comments below. I know I'm trying to look at it on the positive side, but that's me. I wouldn't have signed Odion Ighalo if you told me we're signing him at the start of January, or you told me we're signing him in the summer. I wouldn't have done it. But when now he's signed, I have to look at it and think, okay, what does he bring to the table? He's a different option to Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood. He's a little bit different to what they give. So unlike Josh King, who offered the same as them in the kind of way that he plays, this guy plays a little bit different. He's Premier League proven. He's 30 years old, so he's not that old. He's had a decent time in the past. Hopefully, he can do it here. Do I have that hope that he's going to be a success? I don't have any hope that he's going to be a success. We've just made a fucking loan signing from Shanghai Shenhua. That shows you what position we're in right now with the board that we are with. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to try to make something out of this situation. Marcus Rashford's injured. We need a striker to bolster the squad. Who could he get? He's available. Odion Ighalo. He wanted to join Manchester United from when he was a kid, and now he's joining Manchester United. So it's a dream move for him. At least someone's happy, eh? At least someone is happy. Odion Ighalo signing for Manchester United. I believe the BBC have confirmed it, so I'm going to dive onto the BBC website. And the BBC have posted in the last 15 minutes, Manchester United have signed former Watford striker Odion Ighalo from Shanghai Shenhua on loan until the end of the season. The deal to bring the 30-year-old Nigeria international to Old Trafford contains no option to buy. Ighalo, who is still in China, is expected to fly to the UK in the next few days. Scored 39 goals in 99 matches for Watford between 2014 and 17. That was 3 years ago he left them. Jesus Christ. He then moved to Chinese Super League first with Changshan Chiatai, and 2 seasons he moved to Shanghai Shenhua. 10 games in 19 games for them. 10 goals in 19 games for them. His form for his country has been eye-catching, finishing top scorer in the African Cup of Nations, qualifying with 7 goals before scoring 5 at the tournament during the summer. So the BBC have confirmed Odion Ighalo is a Manchester United player, at the very least on loan. Odion Ighalo is a red. Would you believe it? And ladies and gentlemen, did you think this would be happening when you woke up this morning? Or when you woke up just, I don't know where you live. It might be 8 o'clock in the morning right now. It might be 4 a.m. in the morning right now. I don't know. But let us know what you're thinking. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Keep it locked here as Odion Ighalo signs for Manchester United. Odion Ighalo is a red. Get your thoughts in. Get your Snapchats in. Facts says MS Army, but I don't know what he says that about. We should have got Ollie Watkins, says Mr. Jack World. He's not doing too badly this season in the Championship, is he? But I doubt, is it Brentford or Brentford would let him go? Or is it Bristol City? It's one of the ones with the BRs, but I doubt they would let him go at this point. But if United come in for him, maybe you do. We've got another super chat from Nakul Shukla saying, let's at least give the man a chance. He was a former Premier League striker. And we need them bodies. We do need bodies. We do need bodies, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, by the way, fucking hit that like button, will you? For God's sake. Stop making me beg. Thank you. Until I see the likes match the viewers, I'm never going to be happy. So make sure you're hitting that like button right about now, my funk soul brothers. We have got 1 minute and 20 seconds until the transfer window closes and Jim White's fat head pops off his head, off his shoulders. Not long until we see that happen. That's coming very, very soon. Odion Ighalo is a Manchester United player. And I was going to say, he's coming to Old Trafford very, very soon. But he's got a long fucking flight. So we'll probably be waiting for a while. Pranav Malhotra has given us a super chat. And he says, it's 4:26 in India. 7 large vodkas in the stomach. What the fuck am I hearing about? Is it money down the drain to add a body on the sheet? Or do you see any positives? It can't be too much money down the drain, mate. Because of the simple fact that it's 100 grand a week, so 2.5 million over 6 months. It's a £2 million fee or whatever it is. So we're spending about £4 or £5 million on this for 6 months. Now that's a lot of money, you know, for most clubs. But we're managing, and to get cover when we need. If Rashford was fit, you can probably say, you know what, let's give that a miss. But when he's injured, Martial, Greenwood, they're going to feel the pressure. And you know what now? We've now signed a player in Bruno Fernandes this summer who can hopefully come in and create chances for these guys. If we create chances for Odion Ighalo, it's going to take 1 or 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's that bad of a transfer. Guys, the transfer window has closed, ladies and gentlemen. Slam shut, or whatever you want to call it. The window is closed. Manchester United have signed Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo. Bruno Fernandes coming in for 46.5 million plus add-ons. Odion Ighalo coming in on loan, 6-month loan till the end of the season. Manchester United have got a striker in at the close of the window. Would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Shall we keep this thing? I was only supposed to be live until the window closed. The window's closed. I didn't realize we're going to sign a player. Do I keep this bitch rolling on? Let me know. If we can hit a K likes right now, I'll keep this bitch rolling on. So get your likes in right now. We've got another super chat. Prince Madathalef says Ighalo will break a wall to play for the badge. It's his boyhood club. We need bodies. Ighalo on loan is better than 25 mils for Josh King. And I agree with that. Then we've got another super chat from Junko saying it's all smiles until Ighalo starts coughing. Oh, man. Another joke about the coronavirus. I was making jokes about them earlier, so, you know, I can't complain. But it is a serious subject, so we suppose we should all grow up here, including me. But we have made a few jokes here, haven't we? Nevertheless, are we going to keep this bitch rolling? Let us know. Hit that like button right about now. Adam McCullough here for Full Time Devils. We have signed Odion Ighalo. We have signed Bruno Fernandes. We've got an attacking, creative midfield option. We've got a striker to give us an alternative to Anthony Martial in that number 9 position. We have hopefully added some more goals to this team, even if it is just another 5 goals. The window has closed 2 minutes ago. Manchester United have made a signing. Odion Ighalo is on his way in, and whilst the club haven't confirmed it just yet, BBC have confirmed it. Fabrizio Romano has here we gold it, so you know it is good as done. Let me see if they've updated their story. Here we go with Odion Ighalo, picture in a United shirt. Yeah, they've fully gone balls deep on it, the BBC have. It's not no reports, it's not no understanding. It is Odion Ighalo has joined Manchester United on loan, and we're now hearing that that loan deal does not have an option to buy. So Manchester United do not have to buy the player at the end of it, or we do not have an agreement to buy the player at the end of it, which was the initial report that came out about Odion Ighalo, that we'd have in the deal with Shanghai Shenhua some agreement to buy him at the end, or an option to buy him at the end. United didn't have the time to push that through. We couldn't get that included in the contract in order to get it through to the lawyers, or maybe that was the excuse from Manchester United. Odion Ighalo is joining his boyhood club, Manchester United, which I suppose is a nice thing as well. Hopefully that means he'll bust his gut for the shirt, and of course give us a little bit of heart in that shirt as well. We know he's a big presence up top. We know he's got skills as well. He's got a decent touch. When he's, I'm talking about the Odion Ighalo that was playing for Watford. This is the Odion Ighalo that I'm remembering. The one that was linking up with Troy Deeney. That's the Odion Ighalo I'm thinking of right now. Not the one that's been at Shanghai Shenhua or anything like that. So don't start cussing me in the comments, okay? I'm just trying to sprinkle some shit on this. Look where the Woodward and Glazers have got us. Loaning geezers at the end of the window. What are you guys saying? Sorry. I was just tweeting the picture of him in his United shirt. If you want to see that picture, open the Full Time Devils Twitter page. And let us know what you're thinking about Odion Ighalo. Did I just miss a super chat? No, I didn't. So make sure I read all the super chats out. We've still got around 2,000 people watching. I don't know why you're watching me, geezers, but thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Who remembers that? Who remembers that? And who said it? If you know who said it, get it in the comments. Peaceful Warriors done a super chat saying we are them lots bitch now. And by them lot, you know who I mean, right? Get onto him in the get onto him in the comments. Go on. No, but thank you for your super chat, and thank you for getting in the comments. And we are not Liverpool's bitch, because you know you might win the league. You've won the league this season, but at the end of the day, it is still 2019. So Come back when you got 20 or 21. Breadback says, well, Adam, he will bag at least 10. So he's confident that Odion Ighalo will bag 10 goals for Manchester United between now and the end of the campaign. Road Dog, DX, Kieran and Ryan have got it in the comments below. Well done, guys. Crossbox got it as well. Road Dog, well done. Got some WWF fans in there. And I say WWF, I know it's WWE now, but I don't watch none of that stuff. Make sure you're keeping your thoughts, your comments, your likes, your shares, and all that good stuff coming in here on Full Time Devils, the best Manchester United fan channel. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Transfer deadline day. We have been rolling for the last 36 minutes. The window's closed now. It closed 7 minutes ago. I said if we get 1,000 likes, I said, who did that? Who was that? Do you know who that is? From what tune? Let us know in the comments below. Back then, Hope Street, want me? Now I'm hot, hoes up. Yeah, Odion Ighalo signed. I'm dancing around like R9 signed. The Nigerian R9 signed. On loan from Shanghai Shenhua. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Darcy Sweeney is in the comments. Like an absolute legend. Thank you for joining in. Paulinho coming back from the Chinese league for Barca, and he's put in a few shifts as Angshash putting on a positive spin, which I appreciate. When The Rock and Stone Cold left, I stopped watching, says Mitsos Polly, and that was exactly when I stopped watching. I don't know if that's because it coincided with the time that I kind of became an adult, or because it just got less entertaining, but that was when I left as well. Mike Jones! This is Mark Butcher. That's how you gotta read it out. Ronan says I'm chatting shit. I am chatting shit. It's what I do for a living these days. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know how I made it here, but whew, chat shit about all sorts these days, don't I, if they let me. Manchester United have signed Odion Ighalo. It has been an absolutely intense transfer deadline day, but United have got a striker. First, we thought it was going to be Josh King. Then we thought we had rumours of Solomon Rondon, loads of different players. And then we heard talk about Odion Ighalo. I didn't read much into it, but then it kept coming back. And then it became clear United were getting their man. And now Odion Ighalo is on his way from China, and United have got their man. They have signed him on a 6-month loan deal, confirmed by the BBC, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano with a here we go, confirmed with Sky Sports. Not yet confirmed by the club, but soon to be confirmed by the club. And whenever that is, who knows? But we've confirmed it already for you that Ighalo is on his way to Manchester United. I think it's safe to say that deal is done, especially when the BBC are going all out on it. So well done to you guys for bearing with us and sticking with us throughout the day. Thank you very much for tuning in to Full Time Devils. I almost forgot we got a whole match day tomorrow with one of our other new signings starting. Bruno, well, I say starting, I don't know if he is starting, but hopefully he is. Bruno Fernandes, and there could also be a walkout as well on the 68th minute to protest the Glazers. Me personally, I will be walking out if there's a big enough appetite for it. If there's just one person walking out, I'm not going to do it if I'm on my own, because it's not making the impact that we want it to make. But if there's a big enough, swell enough support for it, and United fans are united in walking out, then I too will be amongst them walking out to make a point against the Glazer ownership and Ed Woodward. Now, it's not going to get rid of the Glazers, it's not going to force them to sell, but hopefully it can make a point and make a statement that we're not happy with it. It will make a statement to their owners, to the shareholders, to their commercial sponsors, to all those sort of people, that their customers aren't happy, because that's how they view us. And when that happens, that can affect some of their deals and hopefully affect the way they make decisions at the club. But that's my thoughts on the walkout. If you don't want to walk out because you want to see Bruno Fernandes' debut, or because you feel that it disrespects the Munich Memorial, or you have your reasons for it, that is absolutely fine. That is your decision. There's no need to argue about it. There's no need to argue about it at all. It's not the 58th minute, it's the 68th minute. It's not the 58th minute, and I agree with the reasoning for it, because nobody wanted to hijack the Munich Air Disaster Memorial. Nobody wants to do that. So it's the 68th minute when the walkout will be. If you're going to walk out, that's when it will be. If you're not, that's your decision. That's fine. Don't start arguing in the stands. Don't start arguing with each other online. Let's stick together. We all want the same thing, and that's for United to be a well-run football club again, not just winning trophies, being a well-run football club. So yeah, that's the thoughts on today's transfer deadline day. But Odion Ighalo is a Manchester United player. I can wear this to Old Trafford, and for now, I have been Adam McCullough. Thank you for tuning in with us throughout the day. My voice is going now. I've just got over this illness and I'm going to be ill again. God's sake, no voice for Fancams tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your comments. Like that video, subscribe, share. Fancams, all that stuff tomorrow. The preview, the walkout video, all that stuff is up now. For now, I've been Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.